Hey everybody, it's time for the bi-weekly pick 4 random numbers out of a hat session. Easy does it. We're really doing this, huh? Ah yes, everyone was waiting for 2020, the year which cameraman said he would return, which mind you actually happened. As the title of said episode states, 2020 was a challenging year. A lot of stuff happened, the world was kinda turned upside down. But knowing humanity, we have the tenacity to get up and keep on fighting. Although on the other hand, 2020 was a terrific year for the Ultraman franchise, and I say this in the best way I can without undermining the unfortunate things that happened. The guys behind the franchise put out banger after banger this year, which was such a great thing to happen, lifting people's spirits in the time of need. So, let's take a look back at the Ultraman franchise in the year 2020. Before we get into the meat and bones, we'd have to address a major turn of tides that happened towards the end of 2019. Tsuburaya Productions finally won the long-standing lawsuit against Corporations. In 2020, they also won lawsuits against Blue Arc and another from the Thai Supreme Court, which finally returned to them full rights. To sum it up, there was a battle of rights for the Showa Ultraman between the many companies, the most infamous of which, Chayo, claimed they owned the rights to some Showa characters after their collaboration in a weird movie back in 1974. This was a crazy major win for the company. They were finally free of the chains that held them back from expanding nearly as much as they could internationally, and this is an important thing to take note of moving forward. To kick off the year, in November 2019, the mega American comics publisher Marvel and Tsuburaya Productions announced a collaboration to publish new Ultraman comic books in 2020. Absolutely beautiful artwork was done by Alex Ross as well. Many fans saw this as the first of many steps of Tsuburaya aggressively expanding its property internationally. Now, Ultraman had a less than stellar attempt at getting into the American market in the past, partially due to these many ridiculous lawsuits, so this collaboration was a much welcome step in the right direction. After the series Ultraman Taiga ended on the 28th December 2019, Ultraman Chronicles 0 and G started airing on January 11th, 2020. Since Ultraman shows tend to be of a half-year length, Chronicle shows air in between the mainline shows to keep interest in the franchise and to keep the television time slot. 0 and G featured, Zero and Jeet, recapping both of these heroes' exploits. These Chronicle shows usually hint at what the next main show will be about, so at this point in time, fans started theorizing what the next series was going to be about. Maybe it would be related to Zero or Jeet or both of them. In February, Blu-ray collectors rejoiced as Return of Ultraman and Ultraman Orb The Origin Saga Blu-rays were released by Mill Creek. It's so nice to see Twin Tail representing Ultraman Jack's Root Gallery here after the iconic Red King and Alien Metron. March was when big news started coming out left and right. The anticipated Ultraman Taiga movie was scheduled for March 6, 2020. However, the release date was postponed to August 7th due to the COVID-19 outbreak. More news about the Marvel Comics collaboration was announced this month, as revealed at the Marvel Comics Next Big Thing panel. The new Ultraman series is titled The Rise of Ultraman and will be co-written by Kyle Higgins of Power Rangers fame and Matt Groom, with art by Francesco Manna from The Avengers. The comic appears to be a full reboot of the Ultra series. Some were getting skeptical because they were worried these American publishers wouldn't get what makes Ultraman work, but others were interested to see what the guys who made the Power Rangers comic could do for Ultraman. Ultraman's aggressive promotion showed its head again, with a Uniqlo collaboration announced to come out later in the year. And finally, around the end of March, the new mainline series of 2020, Ultraman Z, was announced. It was scheduled to air on June and featured Z as Ultraman Zero's pupil. Oh, you bet a lot of people said, "It's Zero again!" Then more news on Ultraman Z arrived in April. A trailer was released. We learned that Z used fusion powers like Orb and Jeet, but used 3 Ultras instead of 2. Reactions were definitely pretty mixed at this point. On one hand, director Kyotaka Taguchi, the man behind Orb and X, was helming Z as the main director, and those two series are usually regarded as high points in the new generation. The designs of Z's forms were met well too. Alpha Edge and Beta Smash were praised a lot, and people were happy that Tiga, Dyna and Gaia were used for Gamma Future. On the other hand, some were skeptical about using fusion power-ups again, worried that Tsuburaya were running out of ideas. I don't know, at this point for me, I was just okay with it, but Gamma Future's components definitely piqued my interest. But who cares about that? Ultraman X came out on Blu-ray this month. I'm still waiting for Ultraman Y. It was around this time of the year that COVID-19 started rearing its ugly head more and more, and the times were honestly pretty grim and uncertain. So, the Ultraman Foundation updated the 5 Ultra Oaths to suit the times. The 5 Ultra Oaths were originally 5 pledges taught by Ultraman Jack to humans in the final episode of Return of Ultraman, basically pledges to be the best we can. They did a similar revision like this back in 2011, when the Tohoku earthquake and tsunami happened. Regardless, it's great to have our heroes cheer us on, and I'm sure the message touched many people's hearts. Related to the pandemic, people all over the world had to stay at home to prevent the spread of the disease. In May, Tsuburaya launched a Stay at Home with Ultraman program. For 10 weeks, they would show selected episodes from the franchise with uplifting themes, titled the Ultra Science Fantasy Hour. The episodes they picked were some of the most heartwarming ones out there. The Little Hero from Ultraman, Alien Boy from Ultraman Dyna, Lady of the Blue Fire from Ultraman Mebius, among others. This was such a cool move on their part. Not only is this cool for people to get nice stuff to watch, but also puts into practice the notion of Ultraman as a symbol of hope. And for me, it was a great exposure to Busca, which will be something I'll get to watching after I finish my current list. I believe that this was also the start of Ultraman truly making the best of their YouTube channel. Sure, they were using it well before this, but here is where I feel they really started to get the hang of it. But we'll get to this in a bit. The stay-at-home program also gave us some really cool virtual backgrounds. I've always wanted to be in the Land of Light.
Are you in the Emerald City?
No, this is San Francisco. Some old series started reruns on the YouTube channel, other than Ultraman Chronicle 0 and Jeet, which was already airing alongside the Japanese TV air. Ultraman Junius, or The Ultraman as it's properly titled, reran on Fridays, and believe me or not, I completely missed the entirety of this show. The others that streamed were also done to coincide with those series' anniversaries. Ultra Zero Fight was streamed as part of Ultraman Zero's 10th anniversary. Yeah, I said that right. Ultraman Zero is already 10 years old. I'm not that old. Other than Zero, 2020 was also the 40th anniversary of Ultraman 80 and the 15th anniversary of Ultraman Max. So they streamed episodes from those series as part of the celebration. What else did they do for these two's anniversaries? And of course, we also got more news for Ultraman Z, given it was going to premiere in June. We were introduced to Storage, an attack team that uses robots instead of the usual fighter jets. I can tell you that so many rejoiced at finally having an attack team back after so long, and a unique concept too. Sevengar, who would have thought? Jun Hashizume of Godzilla fame? Heck yeah! Hebikura. Yeah, you're not slick, Tsuburaya. In terms of Blu-rays, Ultraman Ace came out this month. I'm not one of those who picked it up, and I think I'm on someone's watch list right now. The month of June finally arrived, also known as the month everyone pronounced the letter Z in different ways. Yes, the big one here is that Z started airing and was actually good, holy heck. Reactions were very positive towards the first episode. Many praised the camera work, the choreography, the miniature work, and the very fun storage theme from what we've seen. The concept of giant robots piloted by humans was such a good concept, and thank goodness it wasn't wasted. It was executed really well. Personally, I really enjoyed it, way more than any other first episode of any recent series I've seen at that point. I was particularly impressed by the detail on Genegark's suit. It looks so real! Other than the show being actually good, the series also broke some ground by being the first main series show to air at the same time as Japan on YouTube with subtitles. This made Ultraman Z very accessible to so many people, me included. Sure, the episodes get deleted after 2 weeks because they can't stay there for free forever, so they'll be able to sell the DVDs and box sets later. But come on, watching them on premiere at the same time with Japan for free on a very accessible platforms with subtitles is already crazy convenient. And the voice dramas that aired after the episodes still weren't subbed, which was a bummer, but I can live with that. They also broadcasted older Ultraman episodes that had similar premises or similar monsters to the Z episode currently airing. For instance, they released Sevengar's debut episode from Ultraman Leo after Ultraman Z's first episode, a nice neat touch in my opinion. July 10th saw the celebration of Ultraman Day. The date corresponds to the airing of the Birth of Ultraman TV feature back in 1966. It was an exciting celebration this year, definitely. The YouTube channel posted a neat little video for this event. They showed Z meeting the Ultra Brothers and eventually sharing their feelings to the OG man. The event itself was a stream featuring interviews with Bin Furuya, the original Ultraman suit actor, Susumu Kurobe, Shin Hayata's actor, Hiroko Sakurai, Fuji's actress, Koichi Sakamoto, and Kiyotaka Taguchi, and even some panels with the guys working on the Marvel comic, Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom, and even William Winkler, and so many interesting panels. A session that really stood out to me was the AMA session, Ask Me Anything session, with August Ragone, a kaiju historian, where we supposedly can try stumping him for a prize, whatever that means. Well, too bad I was too busy buying milk while this happened, so I missed out. Uniqlo Cross Ultraman finally happened where I live. I got the Gun-Q t-shirt, definitely one of my favorite shirts I own now. It's of very high quality and super comfortable too. However, they still fall in the A category for me. Like a lot of Uniqlo's other t-shirt designs, they tend to be too minimalistic sometimes in design. It doesn't feel worth it really. Like, come on, look at this Gaia and Agro design, or this Pigmon design. The size of the print is as big as peanuts. Why not make a Science Patrol t-shirt, or an Ice Lager t-shirt? And is anyone else bugged that the kids get what I think are better looking designs overall? I really wanted this new generation Heroes shirt, dang it! I also really wanted to get more like the Ultraman vs Zeton one or the Alien Baltan one, but these things just ran out of stock so damn fast where I live. Seriously, I go there just 2 days later, bam, we don't have these here anymore. Are you kidding me? Come August, an Ultraman Taiga New Generation Climax released. I haven't watched it yet, but from what I saw, the reactions were mostly just okay. But I'll reserve judgment on that. Ultraman Zero's 10th anniversary event started shaping up, and Tsuburaya made damn well sure everyone knew it. Firstly, we got a talkish talk show event with Zero's voice actor Mamoru Miyano this month, and the advertisements on Ultraman Z's streams kept on reminding us of this. Tsuburaya's channel reached 1 million subscribers. They dropped an excellent video of Ultraman receiving the gold play button, and many Ultras speaking in different languages. It is oddly satisfying. Tsuburaya, you've done it again. And then, the Mad Lads went and dropped this absolute bombshell of a trailer! Holy pump the brakes! This was something a lot of fans have wanted for a long time now. Well, not specifically an Ultra Galaxy fight, but the return of many seemingly forgotten Ultraman characters. Neos, Mebius, Max, 80, 721. And the premise just made things so hype. It looked like a huge event within the universe, similar to Avengers Infinity War. Hype? Absolutely. In September, The Rise of Ultraman from Marvel dropped, and it was just okay. For one, the comic is very well illustrated. There are some cool nods here and there to the main shows, and they really did go with the reboot angle, which does keep things fresh. However, I felt that the comic just feels so slow, making it a bit of a slog to go through. I don't think I'm alone in that respect either. I've seen a lot of complaints about this, and I think it's pretty common complaint by many I've seen online. It was just 5 issues though, and later on a sequel was announced, titled The Trials of Ultraman, which sort of explains the slow pacing of Rise of Ultraman. More news came out regarding the absolute conspiracy about the voice actors and actresses. Oh my, is that justice? Anyway, the synopsis for the series was also revealed, but I didn't take a look at it yet because I wanted to avoid spoilers at this time. However, all we knew was that there were 3 parts and there were 10 episodes overall. In October, Hey Ultraman RB Blu-rays released. Moving on. An Ultraman exhibition was held titled DNA Ultraman Genealogy, which from what I saw looks like a terrific exhibition featuring some real props from the shows and a lot of things to appreciate. Who wouldn't appreciate a human-sized twin tail? Can't say much else, but I would have loved to have been there. Ultraman Great had a rerun on the official YouTube channel, which is, well, great. And guess who forgot to watch the entire broadcast again? It gave many people the chance to watch his show and get to know him better. And it's likely they did this as a lead up to the Absolute Conspiracy, which also is set to feature Great. I saw many happy people sharing their memories about their first experience watching Ultraman through Great, so again, this broadcast was very welcome. Come November, and of course the big event this month is the premiere of Ultra Galaxy Fight The Absolute Conspiracy. Airing with both the Japanese and English dub, the miniseries received rave reception. Kane Kosugi, the original actor for Kenichi Kai, the host of Ultraman Powered, made a return to voice Powered. Definitely very awesome. But it's a shame they didn't get Dor Kraus to do the same for Great. What do I think of this? Heck yeah, it's awesome. As expected from the director Koichi Sakamoto, the fight choreography is just superb, and they often use the characters' music for the fight scenes. The English dub honestly ain't too bad, but can definitely be better, especially since the characters' mouths don't move so they don't have to lip sync or anything. I thought Taro's English voice was pretty goofy, and I did get some solid chuckles from it, but nothing I would really complain about though. Finally in December, things started getting into high gear with Ultraman Z as the series approached its finale. Of course, being a well-received show, a lot of anticipation was building up for its ending, which in my opinion, it delivered. Ultraman Z was an overall solid show, even with a lot of restrictions from the pandemic, and the unfortunate passing of the series writer Kota Fukihara, bless his soul. The series had a lot of heart, and upon its end, it was met with amazing reception. It trended on Twitter Japan where people would post their hypothetical episode ideas and pretend as if Z had 50 episodes. Very cute. Z was also ranked number 6 on top 100 buzzwords in Japan, and not to mention, Sevengar toys were flying off the shelves. Vinyl figures, the fig arts, the premium Bandai figures, it's awesome seeing Z do very well. And after that, things ended with the reveal of Ultra Chronicle Z Heroes Odyssey, the recap show for the beginning of 2021, featuring Ultraman Z and Ultraman Tiga. Oh, I can assure you this was met with a lot of excitement, and if that wasn't enough, they had the audacity to end the year with the 55th anniversary announcement. It's like they're saying, yeah, guess what, things are getting crazy next year. In terms of the Netflix anime, we got a new teaser trailer for Season 2, which teased the appearance of Taro and was slated for 2021. Override 2 Ultraman Deluxe Edition video game happened. I don't know anything about what those words mean, so I'll leave it at that. A bunch of stage shows happened as well, notably the Ultra Heroes Expo featuring Z and the Ultra 6 Brothers stage show event, which was also streamed. In terms of the Shin Ultraman movie, we got this picture. Sure. And that sort of sums up what the Ultraman franchise was up to in 2020. I hope I didn't miss anything important. This year truly felt like the franchise could finally grasp its true potential to expand after breaking free from the lawsuits, and yet projects out there that they couldn't before. The YouTube channel, the comic collaboration, the smart focus on international markets, Ultraman Z's fantastic reception, it really does give a great sense of hope for the future, and I for one am very excited to see more great things to come. Things are definitely looking up for them. Now in 2021, I hope that the franchise manages to keep up its momentum from the great showing of 2020. Although we've barely gone through the year, I think that there's a lot of amazing stuff in store for us. The 25th TDG anniversary, the 55th anniversary, the Ultraman anime season 2. There's a lot of great things to unfold and unpack, and of course, I hope for the best. Thanks, and I'll see you around.